Hello, I'm Omideyi and this is Christian Weekly News. Christians have gathered together with politicians at the recent Labour Party conference in Liverpool to discuss the church's role in delivering services to the public. The Trussell Trust, Christians on the Left, the Oasis Foundation and other organisations were represented in a breakfast meeting that involved discussions on how Christians should be engaged in partnership with others in delivering social justice. Shona Elliott, Vice Chair of Christians on the Left, encouraged those present to engage with political structures to influence policies in order to fight injustice. Ms Elliott reported that Reverend Dr Ellen Loudon, Liverpool Diocesan Director of Social Justice and Canon Chancellor, challenged the church at large to do more to open up public space for the community. But Steve Chalk of the Oasis Foundation identified a challenge for a future Labour government as how it can engage in constructive rather than patronising communication with churches. Senior doctors were strongly criticised after suggesting that the NHS should calculate the cost efficiencies in treating people with Down syndrome. The Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists raised this prospect in a consultation into prenatal tests for the syndrome. The non-invasive prenatal testing procedure is being hailed by scientists as being highly effective in detecting Down syndrome, but because of costs, it's likely to be offered only to pregnant women who are considered at high risk of having a child with the syndrome. Concerning this cost consideration, the Royal College said a more rigorous economic analysis has to be made that includes the lifetime costs of caring for children and adults with the syndrome. It added, such an economic analysis may or may not suggest that testing for all is cost effective. These statements drew strong criticism. Paul Critchlow, who has a 24-year-old daughter, said, "As a parent of a person with Down syndrome, I am appalled at the suggestion that the lifetime cost of caring for children and adults with Downs should be a factor in determining whether or not they should even be born." In other news, 3 priests have been killed in 3 separate incidents in less than a week in Mexico. Jose Alfredo Lopez Gillian was the latest priest to have been found murdered on a roadside. The cause of his death has been identified as gunshot wounds. 2 other priests, Fathers Juarez and Suarez de la Cruz, had been kidnapped and killed in the state of Veracruz days before the latest killing. They were also found dead on a roadside. Although Mexico is largely a Catholic country, its priests appear to have become targets for attack following their opposition to Mexico's illegal drugs trade. And finally, prosecutors have announced for the second time that Sir Cliff Richard will not face charges of historic sexual abuse. A different CPS lawyer reviewed 2 allegations made against him as part of the Victims' Right to Review scheme and upheld the original decision not to prosecute. Sir Cliff said he is obviously pleased. That's all we have time for. I'm Omideyi and this is Christian Weekly News.